Hi everyone, greetings. Okay, production management, or we call operation management, is one of the important section in our business discussion. So, in business management, operation management has a huge priority for in the business world. So, let's look at the what are the operation management topics coming under this level. So, you can see economies of scale and diseconomies of scale. Under this chapter, we are talking about the production management, which can be take place in economies and diseconomies of scale. It The level that economies of scale mean we can define is a falling average cost when the firm expand. That means when the organization expand its size, the average cost gone down. So you can see like a U curve, but normally there's a certain limit because when firms expand their branches and do mergers and acquisitions, when the firm expand, there is some level that we can go. That is all the reasons which actually reduce the economies of which reduce average cost. We call economies of scale. There are six internal economies of scale and four external economies of scale. Altogether, you should know there are 10 economies of scales are there altogether, six internal and four external. Internal six are purchasing, marketing, technical, financial, managerial, and risk bearing. Right? For example, if you bulk purchase, you can get discount. Right? If you do marketing wise for a large organization, marketing benefit can have your total production line. And technical economies of scale from new technology, and financial economies of scale, access to more cheaper financial sources. Managerial economies of scale, you can hire good managers. Risk bearing economies of scale, you can have different like a business segments, and you can reduce the business burden and the risk. Like that, externally also we can have economies of scale, the risk reduction. These are called the cost benefit that firms in the industry can enjoy when the industry expands. Right, and then we talk about mainly there are four methods of external economies of scale can become. Those are skilled labor, infrastructure, ancillary or commercial services, and cooperation. You can see these are the main methods of externally how can you reduce the cost because of having like a skilled labor in the industry, having the infrastructure facilities in the industry such as road, highway, airport, and all that infrastructure facilities, and also supporting services like media and also insurance, banking, financing. This called ancillary or supportive services availability, and also cooperation between the industry makes actually give you a skill, some kind of like a cost advantage, cost benefit for you in the long run to reduce their average cost. Other one is a diseconomies scale. So DEOS, or this is the point that where average cost start increasing when the firm expand. That's a U curve. This is the upside one, upswing one. That's because of these reasons. You can see three reasons are there. Diseconomies scale, rising average cost when the firms become too big. Those are bureaucracy, labor relation, and control and coordination. Right? In 2020, this question was state one diseconomies scale in that question. Diseconomies scale, rising average cost when the firms become too big. Right? That's called bureaucracy. So I'll show you that question that is past paper. I want to link it to the past preparation right now. This is the May 2020 past paper. This time the recent paper one, investigating small business. This case study was Alternative Drumming School, TADS. There was a small drumming school case study by a small sole trader. The person's name is Ollie Tanner. So, and then he actually operated his business in the rich area in the UK called Crickdale. And then he's promoted his business by writing columns into local newspapers and everything, doing some promotion campaigns and also. But he find it difficult to actually find the work-life balance because he was working 60 hours per week. So normally a full-time worker working like 48 hours, right? Part-time workers working only 30 hours, but this guy working because he's doing individual business, sole trader business, 60 hours per week. Okay, so that's the background of the case study. This is the question they're asking. Define state benefit of emerging new technology. You can see the calculation question, the imports of the cash, and also so this case he wanted to actually the minimum wage and everything, promotion question and evaluate question. So this question also you can see the private limited company, and he operated as a sole trader company, and he wanted to consider into converting in business into a private limited company. So you can see this case study also. The 12 mark hours came from the first term thing, that is actually the business organization part. Right. Since this business is a tertiary sector operation, you can see the production management part is very minimum. In this paper, you can see the production management section was very minimum. They are asking very couple of questions in this case study. The costing section, you can see which one is a variable cost. Variable cost is the cost which change with the level of output, which change with the level of output. So you can see here like packaging cost, you can see is a variable cost. Others are fixed cost. No, insurance, rent, salaries are not changed with the level of output. And marketing question, cash flow question, and then fixed costs again, the costs which do not change the level of output to the fixed costs. Different term stakeholders, that's kind of question they ask in this question. Okay, location decision question like that. There are very only because it's a case study was very, the case study was of the sole trader business. There was very limited question of the production management. Okay, but look at this one, the other limits of growth. Talk about the other limits of growth. There's a lack of finance. There's a lack of finance that can be a huge burden, because when the business organization doesn't have enough money to expand, that will be a burden for an organization. Will be a burden and the limitation for their growth. And also the nature of the market also another important thing, and the lack of managerial skills, lack of motivation. These are the main reason for the growth will be limited as a result of this lack of motivation, lack of managerial skills, and everything, right? Anyway, going to next chapter of the production management, which is cover the production and productivity. Production and productivity, and that we can define production is the transformation of resources into final product. That's called the production. And other one is there are certain production methods are there. You can see the job production. Job production means the organization. As you can see the definition. Normally we are using that like for example baking a birthday cake or something, a wedding cake, or sometimes a bridal dressing or house construction. Can be categorized like example for job production, a method of production which involves employing all factors to complete 1 unit of output at a time. 1 unit of output at a time. Look at this example: advanced birthday cake, housing construction, everything. Advantage of job production is you have a high quality. Quality is very high, and high labor cost is a disadvantage. You have more motivated workers because the working is different from one to one, because one job is different from another job. And however, there is a slow production. Customization of the production is there. Production is easy to organize. However, point you can see there is a high labor cost, slow production, need wide range of tools, and expensive method. These are the main methods of job production. Look at the batch production. If you talk about the batch production level, it's a method that you normally, organization like a garment factories, chocolate factories, bakeries are using batch production method. In this production method, like we are using completing one set of batch, completing one operation at a time before performing the next one. That's how we do. Get the advantage and disadvantage of batch production. You can see worker specialization, lower unit cost, flexibility, more use of machinery are there as advantages. However, disadvantage, you can see there are more complex machines and also need careful planning and coordination, and boredom and monotony can be a problem, and also cash may be tied up in stock. And third method of production, we're talking about the flow production. Flow production is a large scale production of a standard product, where each production operation on one unit is performed continuously, one after the other, usually on a production line. Like soft drinks, you can see like Toyota cars and oil, everything. It can be a good example like that. And features of flow production. Flow production features are mainly, there's a large, like a Toyota, you can see it's a good example of flow, is like a car company, Toyota. Oil, large quantity produced, standardized produced, and workforce are like a semi-skilled workforce specializing in one operation, like division of labor. Sometimes you can see, and we are using heavy equipment and machines. So main advantage of flow production, you can see these are the main advantages: very low unit costs because of the EOS, quick output, flexibility of production due to technology, and production speed can be vary according to demand. These are the main advantage of flow production. But we talk about the flow production disadvantages. You need heavy investment therefore, and standardized product, you don't have any flexibility over it. Huge setup costs because of the large plants and machines you need, low employee motivation because routine boredom works you have to do, and breaks in production can be very expensive. And there's another thing called process production, like process production, a form of flow production where materials pass through a plant where the series of processes are carried out in order to change the product. Right. Factors affecting the selection of production. When you're selecting a production method, we'll talk about think about the technology, stage of the product life cycle, right? The stage of the product has reached, and the size of the market and nature of the product. Right. Okay. When you talk about the productivity, you can see there are two productive things: labor productivity and capital productivity. Labor productivity means mainly total output divided by number of workers. We can find out how much the output of worker, how much output you can produce. So there are labor intensive production and capital intensive production. If you use more labor compared to machines relative to machines, that's called labor intensive. On the other hand, capital productivity can define same thing: total output divided by capital employed. Then you can find out how much the output per machine we can find out the efficiency and productivity of the machinery as well. It's called capital intensive production. Like that, you can see, guys, we are talking about here the methods of increasing labor productivity, these things, education and everything, increasing flexibility, and also method of increasing capital productivity. Yeah, you can introduce new machinery, new technology, and also there are other methods also, such as downsizing, work study, relocation, outsourcing, lean production. So everything are main methods of improving the productivity. So productivity questions are there. A lot of past paper question will move on this after this discussion in second page. So there are so many impacts are there of the productivity improvement. There are, for example, when you're writing some questions like 12 markers and everything, there's a point called, link it to the case study and write some impact on the business area. So like productivity has impacts on these things. You can impact on the business financial section, financial department. Financial impact is there because of the lower cost. And there's a competitiveness impact is there. Business becomes so competitive, therefore profitability, market share, everything can increase. And there's an impact on HR part. You can see the workforce. When productivity improves, then always is positively impact on the workforce as well. And there's an impact on the customer satisfaction as well, like that. Okay, that's the end of that one. And we're going to next one, very important lesson called lean production. So to quickly summarize the lean production, you can see it's a normal definition, approach of production aimed at reducing the quantity or resource use, lean production. Another lean production, what are the aims of lean production here is mentioned. Aim of actual lean production is to use fewer resources of everything, right? Less of everything like factory space, material stock, suppliers, everything. This is the main advantage of lean production. Improve the productivity, reduce the cost and cut lead times, reliability of the improves, speed of the production design, everything. And there's a concept of Kaizen also here, continuous improvement, and Japanese concept of continuous improvement. And even this time, I'll show you a past paper question. The recent past paper question is asking a Kaizen question. What are the main objectives of Kaizen? Benefits of Kaizen? Everything. So, right. So the 7 types of wastages we can minimize, like transportation costs, inventory costs, right? Motion, waiting time, overproduction, overprocessing, defects. Everything we can reduce. 7 types of wastage we can reduce from that using Kaizen. And 5S system is there. It's like a gray area in your syllabus. The 5S system, the sort, straighten, shine, standardize, and sustain. The 5S system, Japanese concept called the Japanese system. First of all, right? First of all, you have to sort it everything, and then you call Seiri, sort it out, get rid of the clutter, everything, right? Arrange nicely, and then straighten it up. That means Seiton is like arrange everything. Everything must have a proper place to keep everything. For example, for your calculator, you must have a proper place in your table to keep your calculator, to keep your pencil box, to keep your computer, like that. Straighten it up. And also, Seiso means shining up every day. You have to clean it up and you have to make it arrange properly. The cleanliness and the maintenance is very important. Shining. Another one is standardize, because Seikitsu, standardize means always become like a rule. If you follow the rule, always make it like a habit to check everything in the proper place, in the proper order. And the last one is Shichuke, or sustainability. You have to sustain it properly. continuously have to practice this method, not for 1 day, 2 day, 1 month, 2 months. It should be continue for a long period of time or forever. So these are things summarized here again: sort, set in order, shine, standardize, and sustain. When we talk about the just-in-time production here, this system where you have not keeping any stock and you only order when there is a customer orders only. We are using very little stock holding at this practice. So you can see advantage of just-in-time, disadvantage just-in-time mentioned here. Now you can see cash flow improving and no wastage, obsolete, damage stock will reduce, space will release. So many advantage, and also there are disadvantages also. However, it's a high ordering cost, administration cost, transportation cost, supply can be breaking, and advantage of bulk buying, you may lost that thing, so purchasing economies of scale might be lost. These are the disadvantage of just in time. And also other methods of production, so you can see cell production, team working. This is a part of the part and parcel of all this lean production concept. Cell production, team working. Benefits of team working here you can see, like organization work in team, improve the flexibility in a team, might like worker will be developed in the team spirit. These are the main advantage and benefits of the team working. And we have another method called multi-skilling techniques. Now organizations, they actually hire the people with a variety of skills. Example, let's say assume a cricket, the game of cricket, you can see there are players are normally all-rounders, multi-skilled people, batting, bowling, fielding, all-rounders. They have a huge chance of actually selection committee always thinking a multi-skilled person. Because the person is failed on one aspect, he can still excel on other aspects. And suggestion schemes encourage workers to suggest ideas to improve in the production. Standardization, you can carry out every business very activity according to the established formula. Quality circles, every day you can have small discussions with like a departmental meeting regularly to solve our problem. And also we're talking about the benefits of lean production. Common benefits are these things: financial benefit, impact on these things, competitiveness again, positive environmental effect because of reducing the wastage, energy and electricity also, and also improve the customer service as well. Okay, now we talk about the new part called technology. It's a very easy lesson. Technology in business, you should know what are the technology usage in different sectors. There are 3 sectors: primary, secondary, and the tertiary sector. Primary sector, normally we are using technology such as like tractors, mechanical harvester, genetically modified crops and everything. Secondary sector, we are using technology in these things: CAD, CNC, robots, CAM, SIM, everything, right? And tertiary sector, they're using most of the areas to technology like banking, marketing, retailing, leisure, online booking, communication. So many areas we are using in technology. You know the applications of this technology and the mainly cost and benefit of new technology. So you can see this table, the benefits of technology: more new products, more choice, higher productivity, low wastage, improved health and safety, and also uh, tasks are easier for workers. However, point you can see high setup cost, breakdowns can be expensive, jobs can be lost because of the conflict and distress. Existing staff maybe need to be retrained, and reduce motivation, loss of flexibility. These are the disadvantages of the new technology. So you should know both sides, because sometimes in analyze question, evaluate question, justify questions, you should know the both side of a argument. And you're talking e-commerce. E-commerce is another important method of technology. They're using B2B and B2C, business to consumer and business to business. E-commerce, trading goods and services electronically, that method. And also benefits of e-commerce, you can see to consumers and to business. There are only the benefit part of e-commerce we talk about. It's anyway for 24/7 hour and cheaper method, large choice and can access from anywhere. However, for business organization, you can see is reduce the operation cost, reduce the transportation cost, and no documentation, and payments can be made and receive online. These things. And also you can see the 4 factors of production. Factors of production are, you can see land, labor, capital, entrepreneurship. If you are economic student, you might know these factors. And again, you talk in this labor intensive and capital intensive. Advantage become labor intensive, and disadvantage for labor intensive, capital intensive, and advantage and disadvantages. Okay, and we talk about the quality aspect of the production, operation management, quality aspects. These are the features of a product that allow to satisfy customer needs. We talk about the quality control and quality assurance. Quality control is making sure that the quality of a product meet the specified quality standards. That's called the quality control. It's like a post-mortem, like already the damage happened. We are going to find out, making sure whether it's not the defect product not going to the market. That's called the quality control. But so traditional is a very outdated method, quality control, QC method. So, but it's ensure that the customer satisfied because there's no defect products are not releasing to the market. But already the damage happened to the business. That's the thing. Operate in a way of they should produce cost effectively, repaired easily, and meet safety standards set down by the legislation. Another method is called quality assurance. Quality assurance is a method of working for business that takes into account customers' wants and standardizing quality. It involves the guarantee in the quality standards are met. So this is quality guarantee, like a zero defect policy. Quality assurance means each stage of the production, like input, process, output, we are going to check these quality things, method of working process. So each stage of the production process, input stage, processing stage, and output stage, we are checking the quality. A little bit expensive, but at the end there is no defects in the market. That's the advantage. And TQM is a continuous total quality management. It's a managerial approach is focusing on the quality, and like an entire organization may committed to the quality management, even not only just an independent like a responsibility of the production department. All other departments, the entire organizations are committed to the from chairman level to the lowest level. So they everyone committed to achieve the quality. You can see there are quality chain, everyone involvement, quality auditing, system checking, and team working, customer focus or market oriented, and zero defect. These are the main features of TQM. This is one of the very productive method of right now nowadays in organization how to achieve the quality by using TQM concept. Right, and you can see the cost and benefit of TQM concept, advantages and disadvantages summarizing this table. Right, go through this. You can see advantage mainly quality improved, all aspects of the business, waste will be minimized, removed. However, high training and implementation is there, and if which is only working if workers are committed. If someone not participating to this, then we can't achieve this objective, and maybe bureaucratic also. These are the main good and bad of the TQM. When you talk about the ISO, the quality standard, that was like a latter part of their syllabus. You have some kind of a aspect of the quality standards. Provide the practice by an organization like we have a British Standard Institution because it's in London exams. So yeah, normally you should know this thing. Who control the quality in the worldwide? The British Standard Institution in the UK, and also International Standard Organization, simply known as ISO. So benefits of ISO certification, they have certification with different categories. Basic one is a 9,000 certification. If you have the 9,000 certification, the quality standard, so it's ensure you have improved your systems and so encourage them to get this thing right first time. Define the key roles, and so main thing you can use it for marketing purpose. You can tell your customer that we are ISO certified company. That's another thing, and automatically if you comply with the ISO, definitely your cost will go down, quality will improve, customer satisfaction. There are so many advantages. So, and it finally talk about the final topic of the production management is a unique selling point, how USP will be worked out. What is a USP? One is a unique selling point, a feature of product that no other similar products have used in advertising to try to persuade people to buy it. Like something, a unique selling point is a unique feature of product that other competitors, other rivals doesn't have it. Therefore, we are using that point to advertise and to differentiate your product with others one. So, example you can see like Prada, Versace, Rolls-Royce, Rolex, Lego, different types of company. Prada is a luxury Italian luxury fashion house. What is a USP? They are using mainly leather and leather product, leather handbags, leather shoes. Talk about Versace, it's an Italian fashion company. So their unique selling point is clothing and fashion accessories, Italian fashion brands, fashion empire, a little bit expensive. All these brands are expensive. Some unique selling point is there. And talk about the Rolls-Royce vehicle, jet engines and vehicles. They are luxury cars and jet engines. That's unique selling point, luxuriness of the vehicle. Talk about the Rolex watch, the wristwatch, and high quality well luxury because you can use long time these watches, high durability and expensive. Lego, this is a supplier of toys, plastic, building bricks, the unique selling point. The first organization who pioneered in the building blocks concept. Right. You can impact of a USP. If your last point, you can see if your high quality product could serve unique selling point, and also this will help to give a business competitive advantage or edge in the market. And also, people are often prepared to pay higher prices for quality products, because that's why if you have a unique selling point, people prefer to pay higher price for the quality product. On the other hand, you can see improve the customer loyalty as well, and also do the repeat purchase, and profit margin can be improved. Okay, so that's all about the production management, operation management, the summary of the production management, operation management topic. So let's go to the some couple of past paper questions which regard to the production management. So I would want to first of all go to the 2019 June paper 2, the large business organization. Paper 2, investigate in large business. The question was case study was the yellow. This is the paper, so I'm going to share it with you. 2019 June. Regional paper. Paper code you can see for BS 102, investigating large business. Look at the case study. It was a garment retailer, yellow, a clothing retailer, a part of the Beximpro Textile Limited, yellow, opened in 2004, and now has 15 stores across Bangladesh and Pakistan. With new stores in open in Dubai and Toronto, and yellow clothes are mainly manufactured in Bangladesh. Some are bought from manufacturers in other countries. Yellow expected suppliers and manufacturers provide fair wages and safe working conditions. It requires every manufacturer to commit to meeting the recognized health and safety standards. Be ethical and environmentally sustainable. So it encourages all of its manufacturers use Kaizen. They like to, all their suppliers and manufacturers encourage them to use the Kaizen method, right? So this is the question I'm talking about. Right, so first of all, let's look at the this question, state question. Here we go. State one diseconomies of scale that could affect the yellow. This is a question I'm talking about. So diseconomies of scale. You know, in our discussion, we talk about diseconomies of scale can be come from three methods. Bureaucracy, communication problem, and the labor relation. Can be a problem, a barrier when next firm expanding, average cost can be increased. So, but this look at the question states. Statement always you have to use the application in your answer. Always you have to use the application in your answer. If you use the state question, what can you write? If you talk about the bureaucracy, you can see, yes, this company, the yellow company, has to use so much of documents when regarding contact with suppliers in Bangladesh, Toronto, Abu Dhabi. Like they use the place name, use kind of like a textile, the item, the brand name, some kind of a people, person's name, department's name. Use some part of a case study. If you just write bureaucracy, 0 marks. Okay, now look at the what kind of a the application, the answer marking scheme for this question, the 2019 June paper 2. This question number 1, part F. It says yeah. This question was actually the question is question number 1. Here, question number 1, part D. State 1 diseconomies of scale that could affect the yellow. State 1 diseconomies of scale that could affect the yellow. So this case, June 2019, the paper 2, you can see the marking scheme say, the regional paper. The definition, the state question always you should have some kind of like application points, always A or 2. So when you're writing this kind of a question, so you have to always link it to the case study. So it's so you have to, what kind of answer you can produce. You can say yes, bureaucracy. This organization is too bureaucratic. So as a result of that, the organization, they can be used like a yellow organization. They have to fill so many documents because they are linked in different countries like Dubai, Toronto, Abu Dhabi, like and also Bangladesh. Therefore, this will be have so much of documents they have to manage. As a result of that, you can see organization will be increasing their average cost as a result of that. Firm will increase the average cost as a result of that. So I will like to share this marking scheme with you. You can see the marking scheme official 1D answer. You can see the screen. Communication between Yellow's clothing factory and the retail shops could become difficult in different countries. So I give the example about the bureaucracy, but this paper you can see the marking scheme. The communication between Yellow clothing factory, the communication problem will become difficult because when the organization expands its size, it's difficult to communicate. That is clear. The communication will be a barrier, and then as a result, the large organization, the communication will become a challenge. So, give application. So, what is the application point here? AO2, right? 1 mark also AO2. Yellow clothing factory. So, yellow is not just a good application, it's just a name. So, writing name is not be counted as application because in question anyway, it's to mention the case study. So, yellow's what clothing factory between yellow clothing factories and the retail shops could become difficult in different countries. Difficult in different countries. Even different countries also part of application because they operate in worldwide. Okay. So I guess you understand how can you write a state question or 1 mark question. This economies of scale knowledge. They apply this time for a 1 mark question, right? Okay, let's look at another question like that. So 2019 June, same paper, same case study. Look at this question. 6 marker question. Analyze why Yellow might encourage its clothing manufacturers use Kaizen. Analyze why Yellow might encourage its clothing manufacturers use Kaizen. When you're writing a 6 marker like that, first of all, right, dear students, when you're writing a 6 marker, first of all, plan what are the points you're going to write. Advantages or benefits of Kaizen, you can write, okay. One aspect I can say is increase the quality, definitely to increase the quality. Quality of what? Quality of clothing, quality of their t-shirts, quality of their jeans, quality of their all the textile production. So you can talk about that. Quality will increase. As a result of that, what happened? Which is need to increase their market share and the sales and market share. Then one aspect. You can talk about that. You can divide it into 2 branches and you can say, okay, what is one side? Okay, quality will improve and develop that. Quality will improve on what? Application on t-shirts. Therefore, what happened? Therefore, you can develop 1 point, 3 sentences. And because of the quality increase, the customer loyalty will increase. As a result, they will come again and again, repeat purchase, high market share, high revenue, high profit. On the other hand, you can do another point. Why they are encouraging to use Kaizen? Because it's reduce the wastage of the production. Manufacturing wastage going down means the efficiency will increase and the cost will be low. Then manufacture from whatever, then t-shirts and everything will be very cheaper for the users. With the Kaizen, the yellow company can easily purchase from them at low cost. The cost will go down. Therefore, cheaper material because of the Kaizen, encourage them to reduce the wastage and everything. So as a result, this will be helping their financial section. Write the impact on the business area. It's important for the yellows financial department because you can increase the profitability by reducing the cost of purchase. Look at the this is a question number you see part G. This is a question number 1, part G, same paper. Let's go to the marking scheme and see what kind of model answers they have given. So the same paper, 2019 June paper, question number 1, part G. You can see AO2 means assessment objective 2, knowledge, 3 marks. AO3, assessment objective 3, analysis, 3 marks. So application 3 marks, analysis 3 marks. So look at the points they are developed. The quality of the t-shirt will be better. Therefore, BLT, because of this will leads to increase the yellow's reputation will be enhanced and this will leads to higher sales. Higher sales, always you can see the development point. At the end, you can talk about the higher sales, higher market share, higher profitability. You can talk about like that. And second point, look at the second point. And because of this, the reduction costs of making a t-shirt will be go down. Reduction of the cost of manufacturing t-shirt. How that can be happen? Because of there will be few returns of t-shirts, which could lead to increase the profitability for the manufacturer. Because purchase returns will not happen. Because why? Wastage of the material, the wastage and because of the high quality, the good will not need to, why? It will be sample and the the quality and the color, everything will be very good, and then few returns as a result of that. Therefore, the cost can be reduced for the yellow company. So like that, that's how we have to make sure this 6-mark question. When you have a 6-mark question, write down 2 different points and develop those points. Develop those points. To go to 6 out of 6, you should have a detailed application of knowledge and understanding business concept, and also you must have a deconstruction of the business information, like we call BLT model, like a logical chain of reasoning method must be there. You can use those 2 points, BLT method. Make sure to write application in both methods, both paragraph. I better prefer to have you can write like a 2 paragraph for this, 1 paragraph for 1 point, at least 3 sentences in 1 paragraph, and then second paragraph in another point you can explain because this lead to therefore, like that. So I think today in our discussion, so we actually able to cover all the production management topics, right? Which starting with the IGCS, you can see all the production management units we talk about. Production management, production method, economics of scale, production productivity, and also we talk about the technology, we talk about the right, summarize the lesson, right? Lean production, 5A system, Kaizen, just in time, and cell production, teamwork in technology in business, right? Example of technology in business, cost and benefit of this, and also the quality concerns, the quality material, and also quality control, quality assurance, factors of production, and also finally we talk about the TQM and the impact of unique selling points, everything. So that's the summarize everything, all the operation management chapter. So today we got to past paper question also 2019 June past paper. We talk about how a state question can compare its diseconomies of scale, and also we talk about the 6-mark question also, how Kaizen question, how Kaizen will be important, how why the yellow company always influencing other suppliers to use Kaizen, benefits of using Kaizen. So I hope this session will be you enjoy this session very well. So then I think so then go through this video again and again. So you can have any doubt, please comment on this video, and then you can contact me. So I think if you have any doubt, you can ask. Feel free to contact me. So then have a nice day. Thank you very much. Bye.
Thank you, sir.